Video 2.2 The AWS Global Infrastructure. In this video, we will cover the following topics: the AWS Global Infrastructure, AWS regions, availability zones, and edge locations, the AWS Gov Cloud. Hello, let's learn how AWS provides us with servers, storage blocks, etc. We need to first learn about the AWS Global Infrastructure. Amazon Web Services is a global public cloud provider. It has a global network of infrastructure to run and manage its many growing cloud services that support customers around the world. We will take a look at the components that make up the AWS Global Infrastructure: regions, availability zones, edge locations, regional edge caches. Regions. A region is a collection of availability zones that are geographically located close to one another. Availability zones, that is AZs, are generally within the same city. For its customer base to take advantage of low latency connections, AWS has deployed the AZs worldwide and has clustered them into regions. Every region shall act independently of the other, and each will contain at least 2 availability zones. Having global regions allows for compliance with regulations, laws, and governance relating to data storage at rest and in transit. The number of regions is increasing year after year as AWS works to keep up with the demand for cloud computing services. Here is a complete list of the AWS regions till date. Interestingly, not all AWS services are available in every region. This is a consideration that must be taken into account when architecting your infrastructure. Some services such as AWS Identity and Access Management (IAM) or Amazon CloudFront are classified as global services, that is, these services are not to a specific region. However, most services are region specific, and it's down to you to understand which services are available in which region. Availability zones. AZs are essentially the physical data centers of AWS. The actual compute, storage, network, and database resources are hosted in availability zones that we as consumers provision within our virtual private clouds (VPCs). A common misconception is that a single availability zone is equal to a single data center. This is not the case. In fact, multiple data centers located close together likely form a single availability zone. Each AZ will always have at least one other AZ that is geographically located within the same area, usually a city linked by highly resilient and very low latency private fiber optic connections. However, each AZ will be isolated from the others using separate power and network connectivity that minimizes impact to other AZs should a single AZ fail. These low latency links between AZs are used by many AWS services to replicate data for high availability and resilience purposes. There are often 3, 4, or even 5 AZs linked together via these low latency connections. This localized geographical grouping of multiple AZs, including numerous data centers, is defined as an AWS region. Multiple AZs within a region allows you to create highly available and resilient applications and services. By architecting your solutions to utilize resources across more than one AZ, ensures that minimal or no impact will occur to your infrastructure should an AZ experience a failure. Edge locations. Edge locations are AWS sites deployed in major cities and highly populated areas across the globe. They far outnumber the number of availability zones available. While edge locations are not used to deploy your main infrastructures such as EC2 instances, EBS storage, VPCs, or RDS resources like AZs, they are used by AWS services such as AWS CloudFront and AWS Lambda at Edge to cache data and reduce latency for end user access by using the edge locations as a global content delivery network (CDN). As a result, edge locations are primarily used by end users who are accessing and using your services. Regional Edge Cache. This is a new type of edge location. These sit between your CloudFront origin servers and the edge locations. A regional edge cache has a large cache width than each of the individual edge locations. Because data expires from the edge location's cache, the data is retained at the regional edge caches. Therefore, when data is requested at the edge location that is no longer available, the edge location can retrieve the cache data from the regional edge cache instead of the origin servers, which would have higher latency. AWS Gov Cloud. Amazon Gov Cloud is an isolated AWS service designed to allow customers and the US government agencies to move their confidential data into the cloud to address their compliance and specific regulatory requirements. It runs under ITAR, the US International Traffic in Arms regulations. With this cloud service, US citizens can run workloads that contain any government-oriented or controlled information data in the AWS Gov Cloud region. The service offers features such as FIPS 142 endpoints and logical and physical administrative access to citizens of the United States only. The AWS GovCloud region is located in the northwestern and northeastern parts of the United States. It has two joint authorization boards, where one covers the eastern areas and the other one in the western region. AWS Artifact can be used by customers to request immediate access to their accounts at any point, but government customers might need to submit a request to the compliance agency to access the Amazon Web Service. Let us go through AWS official website for global infrastructure. This shows us the number regions, availability zones that AWS owns, countries it serves, etc. And this is the magic quadrant for cloud infrastructure as service. The global infrastructure map gives us a clear idea about geographical locations of regions. Let us go to regions and AZs, which show the region maps in which regions availability zones edge locations are present accordingly. First comes the North America region map with all its regions and availability zones. Moving to the South America region map, and next comes Europe, Middle East, Africa, and lastly, the Asia Pacific region map. Summary. In this video, we have covered the following topics: the AWS Global Infrastructure, AWS regions, availability zones, and edge locations, the AWS Gov Cloud. In the next video, we will learn ways to access the AWS cloud.